What's up guys, Liebenzoden here and welcome back to another... Wait, no. Let me rephrase that. Welcome to the last episode of MediEvil, guys. Yes, unfortunately we have reached that point that we are now at the final episode. The final episode where we face off against Zarok. I have a quick little confession to make. As you can see, I have to replay the level because the first time I did it, the recording didn't work. It just went missing. But anyway, without further ado, Zarok's Lair. Walking through a wall of fire, you'll look more stylish doing it in your dragon armor. Plus, that color really brings out your eye. So yes, unfortunately guys, my first version of this unfortunately did not make it. I still don't know or understand how that happened, but I still wanted to show you guys how this level looks and what we do. So yeah, let's just get to it and see what it has in store for us.
We never thought you'd get this far. Your final encounter with Zarok awaits beyond this point. He has surrounded himself with his unnatural bodyguards, but you may yet even the odds by calling upon the lost souls collected within your chalice. Place the chalice on the shield at the heart of the arena. Good luck, Sir Daniel Fortescue.
Well, thank you, sir. We shall definitely need that. Alright, so we fortunately are still full HP, and believe me, we are going to need all of it. Silver shield, let me see if I can repair the golden one just a little bit. And you know what, we don't have money for the rest of it. So, let this epic fight begin.
Sir Fortescue, my old nemesis, so we meet again. I see that a century spent as worm food has done nothing to diminish your naive obsession with the freedom of Gallowmere. Prepare to attack, my warriors. I want the dogs gnawing marrow from those bones within the hour. Ah! What is that, Fortescue? Your lucky cup?
No, Zarok. That is all the souls of the lost people of Gallowmere. They are here to help us. Alrighty, so our first battle, guys, we have these little skeletons. You can see they're all green, and as they fight they actually start to change color from orange and then red and then they die. So what I need to do is basically just run around with this little magic cup and basically transfer my health to them, and in doing so I will keep them alive so that they may defeat the other soldiers. And yeah, it's easier said than done, because if you don't time it right, then you either lose all of them or you end up sitting with one of them that is basically fighting 6 of the enemy. And believe me, that's not too good. But seeing that we have a few survivors, you get some of your HP back and we are full again, so I will leave those 3
Always
for now.
Fortunate in battle, Fortescue. Let us see how you fare against my champion, the late Lord Kardok. He eats people like you as calcium supplement.
Well, let's see him then. Ooh. I must say you do look intimidating, Lord Kardok. Oh, it's evil laugh as well. Right, so let me just quickly check. I think we have a new book entry. Well, to be fair, we have multiple book entries because we've done this already, but you don't know that's a shh. Anyway, I'm gonna go through the new ones we would have gotten.
These are Zarok's elite skeletal warriors, trained by Lord Kardok himself. Mortal weapons cannot hurt them. Only a hero's blow can fell such hard-boiled evil. And you, Sir Fortescue, are no hero. At least not quite yet.
And that is why we had our little helpers to help us with that. Right, so like I said, we're going to leave these three for now because we are full HP and see what happens. So he just runs around in a circle, spawning some of those little... is it the macemen? Can't remember. Anyway, he spawns them, you defeat them, and then he goes and he stands on the horse's hind legs, and then only he is vulnerable. In between the fights, you have to get rid of all these little nasty little things like that, and then he does a little explosion when he comes down, so you can either sit through it or you can try and avoid it. I'm gonna grab one of these. There we go. Alright, so let us get rid of these little men. They are actually the ones we saw at... was it Pools of the Ancient Dead? I believe that was where we saw them first time. So yeah, so we just hit him, and then he basically does the same thing. He just keeps on spawning in more enemies and throwing new abilities towards us, like that, and this little charge of his. But that is perfectly fine. We just need to endure a little bit more, and then like this, we need to go and fight him, but I don't think we're going to make it in time. Oh, we are. Alright, there we go. I must say his little shooting, whatever he's shooting us with, sounds like a space laser. Ooh, 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 there's a lot of stuff happening. Alright, so I'm just gonna try and stay close to him so that we don't miss the attacks. Ooh, these little eyes are hurting as well. Get rid of them. Here we go. I can't reach you for some reason. Why the hell are you there? I had to shoot him with the bow and arrow because I couldn't reach him. That was very odd. Anyway, so again, he will just spawn a lot of enemies. Now you can try and defeat all of them, or you can just try and survive until you can hit him again, like so. And there you go, defeated.
Bugger. Right then, that's it. I've just about had enough of your meddling. Where is that spell? Ah, yes. No, not that spell. Oh. Oh, not right now. Aha! Now I have it.
That is one ugly looking thing.
None shall defeat the mighty Zarok. So prepare to die, Fortescue.
I mean, he was ugly before, but damn. Now he just looks even 10 times worse. Alright, so we had 2 new book entries by this point, which would be our dear Lord Kardok and
Zarok's champion has charged into countless battles, equipped with nothing more than a 3-string bow, a modest flail, and a legion of undead soldiers. He's one angry guy, and frankly, it all seems to stem from that time his parents forbid him from going to clogging lessons with his sister. This is what happens, see? If he'd only been able to channel that aggression into folk dance, we'd all be safer.
Alrighty, and then for Zarok Beast.
Psychologists all agree that the final desperate form adopted by an on-the-ropes evil sorcerer, once his minions have all failed, tells us a great deal about his particular psychosis. What does this form tell us about Zarok? Well, I'm no psychologist, but if ever there was a clearer case of narcissistic, agora-paranoid, kleptomaniacal dysmorphism, then, well, my name's not Geraldine.
And that was the big reveal, guys. Her name is actually Geraldine. I've been calling her the book lady throughout the whole series, and her name is actually Geraldine. So yes, let's get to this fight. So, as you can see, Zarok is currently vulnerable. He spams quite a few attacks, like the one on the floor. He has a swiping attack. There is some spitting involved, everything like that. And then one says, oh, we didn't reach him in time. You see, currently he has this blue aura around him almost. That is, his shield is protected, so don't even bother attacking him while he's like that. Just keep on running. The best way to run is just in a circle in one direction. And then when he retreats like that, that's when you can hit him. And you let him have it. So, you see, now he starts getting angry and he starts spamming more of them, swiping the attacks. These he puts them out in 3 or 2 sometimes. And then he is vulnerable once again. Then you hit him, and then, with 300 HP left, he goes into this state where he is also invulnerable, while actually having electricity around him. This thing, ooh, let's go the other way, it's easier this way. Just jump over it, and when he's like that, just shoot him with your magic bow. And wham bam, Zarok is dead. As easy as that, guys.
Curse you, Sir Knight. I am finally defeated. Yet if I am to fail, then all shall perish. You are doomed, Fortescue. You will never leave this domain.
I don't know how he didn't see that coming, but anyway. He just casually jogs out of the way. What a fitting end to our story, guys. It almost brings a tear to my eye. But yes, that was MediEvil Remastered. One of my most favorite childhood games that I've ever played. And now, how many years is it? 22 years later? It still doesn't disappoint. This was still very much enjoyable. I will actually go back and play this game again. And maybe let my wife play it as well. It is just one of those type of games that just, I don't know, it feels like it's rewarding in a way, because everything that you put effort into, everything that makes you think, it just gives back. It gives you a purpose for doing what you do. And not only that, it has a very intriguing storyline as well. As soon as you look into more of the lore of MediEvil and start going back into the history and where they came from and where we're going to and all those things, it starts becoming just one of those wonderlands where you can get lost in. I honestly, and I know there's a lot of people that might not agree with me, but I cannot really find fault with anything in this game. Sure, like with the Crisis Remaster as well, they are here and there are glitches. Like in the episode where we were at the lake, where the screen just didn't load the next level or the next part of the level, and the jump that glitched, and there's many other little instances where things didn't go exactly according to the way we wanted it to go. But you know what, that is fine. I really don't mind that, because there was so much good to overshadow that you didn't even know. We didn't really realize it until, like, a lot of the stuff I only noticed the glitches when I was editing the videos. I was like, oh, I didn't even notice that while I was playing it. It is really just an awesome game. There's no two ways about it. And if there's anyone out there that has a PlayStation or is able to play this, I encourage you to do so. If you like these type of games, obviously it is personal choice as well, but it really is one of those, it's a wholesome game, there's no other word for it. And if you are 50 years old or if you are 10 years old, you will still enjoy it. The goofiness of the character model of Sir Fortescue, the wittiness of Geraldine, who we now know was the book lady the whole time, it is awesome. It is such a good combination. And I'm very happy to see that this remaster actually did the original justice. And as you know, like I mentioned in the episode of the Entrance Hall, where we discussed a little bit of the Lost Souls, if you finish that, you actually have access to the original game. And you know what, I wanted to play the original again as well, but this remaster was so good, and the graphics and the imaging and everything was just so good that I don't really want to spoil it. Maybe one day I'll sit back and think to myself, let's replay it and see how it is. But this was honestly very good. Out of all of the remastered games that I have played in my whole life, I think this is probably the best one, or the one that holds up the best. And the way that I'm, like, how can I put this? The way that I'm measuring this is purely on the fact of the memory of the game. There's a lot of old games I would love to play again, but I know that it doesn't hold up in today's times, and that's why I normally wait for remastered version of it. I keep on saying this every time I start a series of remastered games, but this one by far is probably the game that holds up the best. I actually have a better, or a more, how can I put this, a better impression of the game than I had before. I mean, I played this game as a child and it was beautiful, it was awesome, it tickled your brain and it made you think. And even now, 22 years later, I have the exact same experience, and it's even better. And it's on today's technology, with today's imaging. It is just awesome. So look, this video is not sponsored, so I'm not saying this because I'm getting paid to do so. I'm saying this because that is honestly my opinion. This was an excellent game, and like I said before, support the developers. Get the game for yourself and play it, because it really is amazing. It really is an amazing game. You will not regret it. It really isn't. And if you get stuck in a level, there's so many features out there that you can actually add on to. So yeah, that is my opinion. It's my opinion on it, guys. Just want to take one last look at the intro of this game before I say goodbye for it. Not forever, maybe just a little bit, and maybe one day I'll replay it again. But again, thank you very much for everyone that was part of this journey. It was so awesome to play this again and share the experience with you guys as well. The new series that's coming out will have a face cam as well, hopefully, so I'm looking forward to that as well. So for the last time, guys, thank you so much for watching as always. I will catch you in the next one. Have a good day and cheers.